Mayfield the answer for the Rams. Harry Douglas in for Key and Jay today. Morning, Harry.
Good morning, Max. And this is unbelievable. The man got there on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night,
Max.
That's crazy.
Tuesday night, and leads them to a game-winning touchdown drive.
You know what's so funny about what I saw last night, Harry? And for anyone who missed it, Raiders are up 2 scores. Baker Mayfield early in the game comes off the bench and brings them back with 2 touchdowns, but the go-ahead score with, I don't know, what was it, 3-4 seconds left in the game? They start on their own
2-yard line.
2-yard line. He takes them 98 yards. By the way, game over at one point.
Minute and 35 seconds.
Game over, and they call it back, right? Throws the pick, call it back. Winds up hitting Van Jefferson on a beautiful pass. I mean, this dude.
Oh, Baker headbutting people. Lord have mercy.
It's so funny, Harry. Look, we're showing on ESPN2 right now his fourth quarter. So first 3 quarters, he's 7 of 15 with 89 passing yards. In the fourth quarter, 15 of 20 for a $141 and a touchdown with no interceptions. That's the second most completions in any quarter in his career, but that's the longest drive to win a game in the fourth quarter in 45 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
45 years. It's unbelievable. You know, Harry, it just goes to show the way I feel about Baker this morning has changed.
Me too. Because I just said yesterday, Max, that no, Sean McVay couldn't revitalize his career. I just said it yesterday. I have a change of heart this morning.
Maybe we're being the prisoners of the moment. We'll see. He turns it back into a pumpkin next week. But it just goes to show, for me at least, that you're never done writing your script. You write your own script. Listen, I didn't even understand when I was a kid, Harry. It took me till I was an adult when people say, you're responsible for everything that happens to you. And I thought, wait, that doesn't make any sense as a kid. I'm not I didn't cause all this bad luck, whatever. It's someone else's fault, right? But what that means is not you caused it. What it means is it's happening to you. So ain't no one else going to take responsibility for it. That's just the way it is. You have to take responsibility for it. You got to own it. And it literally took me till I was an adult. And Baker Mayfield has taken responsibility for his career here. You know, he is
for once.
Right. But that's part of growing up. That's
part of growth. That's a big part of growth. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Max. Like, did I think it was gonna happen? No, I didn't. And I'm gonna be up here and be a man and say that. But at the same time, it was also refreshing to see, because knowing what all Baker has been through, right? And some of it he calls on himself, some of it probably not. But to be at this moment and ask for that release from the Carolina Panthers, because potentially the San Francisco 49ers might have picked him up, but they didn't. But the Rams scooped him up. And then to go out there on a Thursday night, this is a short week, Max, which is one of the hardest weeks to play on, because number one, you know, your body might be different, but then to play on a new team, but you still had the familiar offense, you know, from Kevin Stefanski and, you know, that Shanahan trio, whatnot, dating all the way back to Gary Kubiak and that whole nine, and Cal and Mike Shanahan. So you had some familiar terminology. Some things may have been different, but it's not like they can go out there and run the whole playbook. It's not like they can go out there and run the whole playbook, Max. Seriously.
It shows you, and Sean McVay was talking about that he's a quick study, obviously, but it shows you from the moment this happened, this dude had his nose in the books. There's no other way.
On the airplane.
On the plane, studying, preparing. Yep. And then, Thursdays, funky things can happen. So it gives you the opportunity for it. But you know, do you take advantage or not? Be a part of Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max Nation on the Dr. Pepper call-in line. Call us at 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. ESPN Nation is presented by Dr. Pepper. It ain't college football season without the delicious taste of an ice cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Here is Baker himself. I'm pulling off the fourth quarter comeback.
Considering how you got here, is there something cathartic about winning like that? Not just winning, but winning in a big way like that?
Yeah, I don't know if you can write it any better than that. Obviously, we'd like to be a little bit more stress-free, but it's a pretty damn good story, I'll be honest with you. So it's special.
I mean, they could barely do the interview post-game because everyone was so geeked up. They were like talking at him, and I got it. I was like, you know, like it's hard to ask open-ended questions when you just saw what you saw, and everyone's just like telling them what he thinks, and he has to sit there responding to it because he did the post-game on the Amazon broadcast. It was. Here's the question right now, Harry.
Yep.
Could Baker Mayfield? I can't believe I'm asking this right now. Again, maybe I'm being prisoner of the moment. But Sean McVay can do some things now. Can Baker Mayfield be the long-term answer at quarterback for the Rams if the Matthew Stafford situation winds up being serious? He had a spinal contusion.
Which is something that you can't play with. Anything dealing with your spinal area, Max, you have to take seriously, and you can't just, hey, I'm going to go back out there. No, it's a lot of things you got to weigh, right? You think about your family, and don't really want to bring this up, but also think about the stuff that Matthew Stafford's wife has been through over the years, too. So a lot of that stuff plays into factor with Matthew Stafford and making the decision and where he's going to be moving forward. So all that plays into it.
Matt in Atlantic City. You're on with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Harry Douglas in for Key and J today, ESPN Radio.
Max, good morning, Harry. I'm driving into work here, and I always love listening. And to credit what you said, Max, in the opening, you wake up, it's like you go to bed, it's a publicity stunt. You wake up, and Baker Mayfield has a game-winning drive for a touchdown. I mean, and nothing against Matt Stafford, but you know what? I agree, Max. I think he can be the long-term quarterback for the Rams. I mean, he's only been with these receivers, for a couple of days. Prisoner of the moment, like you said, it was a great game, a Thursday night short game. But if you're asking if he could be the long-term quarterback, I really think he can, Max.
Yeah.
And you guys have a great weekend.
Thanks. I mean, like with Stefanski, he was a top 10 QBR, right? And now look, he's not fast, he's not tall. Those work against you. You got to be able to outrun, guys in that front seven coming at you, right? And he can't do that. But it's not like he can't move at all. He's not a statue. And he has a strong arm and an accurate arm, and he can read defenses well. Like, that's actually the most important stuff.
And I'll tell you, I think the most impressive thing for me, though, Max, is when you look at this Rams football team and how deficient they have been this season. On the defensive side, they had no Aaron Donald. But on the offensive side, you had no Cooper Kupp, no Allen Robinson, and, of course, no Matthew Stafford. He's out there with Van Jefferson, who I love, though, because I played for his father, Sean Jefferson. So I know he understands the game.
Yeah, he's a real NFL receiver, for sure.
You're out there with Ben Skoranek, who's been playing some H-back, tight end, and wide receiver type stuff. And then Tutu Atwell, who's from Louisville, one of their second-round draft pick, who they had high aspirations for, who stepped up last night tremendously as well. You're out there with those three guys. It's not like you're out there with Kupp and Allen Robinson. You're out there with those three guys, and you're out there making plays left and right.
Should Baker Mayfield be the long-term answer for the Rams? 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Yeah, you're going to get to talk about it. Harry Douglas, you want to slip one more in before the break?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Roe, is that Roe? In Phoenix. You're on with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Harry Douglas in for Key and J, ESPN Radio.
Good morning, fellas.
Morning.
I'm gonna tell you guys what, man. I turned my back for 2 seconds, right, and I'm on a phone call. I turn around, and it's 17:16. And thank God it's on Prime Video, so I could push rewind to go back and watch. And I'm like, what the hell did just happen? And I don't know if, Baker, this is the answer for Baker, man, because, the dude's a good dude. He just needs something like this to kickstart that, being the number one draft pick and all that jazz, man. But I'm going to tell you what, you can't turn your back on Baker Mayfield with the Rams, man. I hope he's the long-term solution for him. And, hopefully Stafford is, he does the right thing and just, steps away and takes care of himself, That's all I got. And you guys have a great day.
You too.
You guys are the best, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. Baker being a good guy, we're going to get into that because I don't think all his teammates always thought so.
Yeah.
They didn't really rock with him, as the kids say, right? But that doesn't always have to be that way. You can write your own script and you can change course in your life. It is never too late. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Harry Douglas in for Key and J, 888-SAY-ESPN. Should Baker be the long-term solution for the Rams? Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Say my name again, Max.
What do you think I said?
The way you emphasize Keyshawn.
Keyshawn.
It wasn't just like Keyshawn. You know, you're like Keyshawn.
Oh.
He got that swag like that.
This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.